Well, I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but good morning, everyone. Winter's definitely here. I got the coffee. Got me some coffee. So I hope everyone is blessed and warm. It's going to be a crazy winter. I have a feeling birds are outside already because they make a noise. If you want to be irritated, get yourself some ringnecks. I finally realized why they call those birds ringnecks. So it's been a crazy week. I've been doing quite a bit of research on what's been happening in Hollywood, and it's really sad. But I mean, at the end of the day, Los Angeles did it to itself. I mean, when I looked at how many of the studios are closing down and how many production companies are moving out of LA and moving to Texas and moving to smaller areas in America, and it's very simply because they're offering better rebates. So I mean, the rebates in any country, Malta, for example, is offering really cool rebates. Again, Mauritius, as I've always said, has offered some really great rebates. It's just an incentive. I mean, if you want to make a film, you need as much finance as you can possibly get, and also finance to be able to pay back your investors. So it's a crazy time. Are we going through a slump? I hope so. Has AI got anything to do with it? Yes. Has the woke agenda got anything to do with it? Most definitely. I mean, I don't know how true it is, so maybe you can correct me in the box below, that they want to do Rapunzel, and I'm trying to get my head around this because I hope it's not true. I hope it's just some crappy rumor, but they want to do Rapunzel bald. Rapunzel, let down your forehead, your scalp, your arm hairs. I don't know. It's just I don't know what the agenda is. I think we need to sometimes. People, as much as what we like change, we also are very complicit in what makes us comfortable and where we are. And anyway, I don't know how much of an effect it had on it, but it definitely did. The closing down of studios is a massive part of it. And again, I went and did a bit of research to find out why, and it's just so expensive to film in LA. But I want to talk about, I want to talk about that. I'm done talking about what's going on. I mean, one of the things that I quickly typed in when I was reading up about AI and AI's influence in the industry was how long until actors are not needed in AI. And unfortunately, it's going to have an impact, but it's not going to take away the skill of an actor. That emotional or that human element of feeling, of remembering, of emotions, as much as what you want, AI can have emotions, I think, but it's all pretended, it's all downloaded emotions. So it's, a lot of the times the emotions are there to give you what you need out of the AI. So I could be wrong. I'm always open to being corrected. But some good news. I got an email back from Angel Studios about Shadowboxer. They don't take scripts, they don't take pitch decks. They are looking for a minimum of a 5-minute kind of teaser, like a scene out of the film. So my production company and my team are at the moment, we're raising some funds to go and shoot a little 5-minute section out of the film. I think it's very, very important. We've got to get the right people together because it's a one-hit wonder. You've got to go there and make sure that your little 5-minute introduction to your film is good enough for them to say, okay, well, we'll have a look at it. But again, Angel Studios, thank you very much for getting back to me. The only studio that's gotten back to me. Desert Pirate Studios, Michael has also gotten back to me as well. He's actually looking at my scripts and will give me some honest feedback, which is very important. but I do think it's the time of the independent filmmakers. It's the time for filmmakers and actors and producers and writers to own their material. You know, a lot of the time with distribution, you know, you get a distributor that comes on board. They take so much of what is yours, and then they also own, you know, the distribution into certain areas. If you, and a lot of the South African distributors, they will distribute for you, but they want the rights to the African continent. And it's a total rights. There's no like, okay, well, let's do a market share, let's do a share on where the show goes. And I think right now, the way the models are looking is that everybody needs to come on board, and it's not a matter of like, because I'm distributing, I'm going to take X amount. Because getting your films into a cinema, everybody wants that. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing your film on a big screen, but the percentages that they take are ridiculous. But there are game changers. Sinners, as you know, is doing really, really well at the box office. I think it's just broken even, but it's the writer and the producer and the actor have gained certain rights after 25 years. All financial rights will come back to them, which is great, you know. But I want to talk about breakthrough films. It's not even a film; it's an animation. There's an animation going out by Angel Studios once again, called King of Kings, and just a little bit of a breakdown here. I mean, the cast is incredible. There's Pierce Brosnan, Oscar Isaac, Kenneth Branagh, Uma Thurman, Mark Hamill. My favorite. I love him. I love Mark Hamill. I got asked the other day the three most influential films, and I said I would talk about it. I'll come back to that. Very, very lucky question, by the way. Ben Kingsley, Jim Cummings, and then a whole bunch of actors. James Arnold Taylor, Vanessa Marshall. It's an incredible cast, and the film's done so well. A faith-based, not even a faith-based film. It's a Christian film. And IMDb's given it a 7.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has given it a 65%. Facebook has given it 5 out of 5. And I just want to see what its box office is at the moment. $52.7 million. A film about the life of Jesus through the eyes of a child. It's I love it. I love that Christian films are coming back, because, you know, we are surrounded by so much, what's the word I'm looking for? Not evil. There is evil in the world. There's just so much negativity and so much, you know, there's just no hope anymore for anyone. And it's nice to see that these films that encourage hope and faith are making a big comeback. So at the moment at the box office, we have Minecraft. I mean, IP films, intellectual property films, they always make money. I mean, whether they're good or not, they've got the audience already established, because it is a game. And then Sinners, and then King of Kings, and then The Last of Us is coming out. I can't wait to see that film, because I'm a big fan of the game. I'm not a big gamer. I play very little when I can. But my son is a gamer, and Minecraft is a big thing for him. He loves that game. So, washing machine going off in the background. So sorry about that. It's just, you know, I've got a home, I've got a family, and it's crazy. So it's really cool to have these films coming out. It gives me kind of a bit of faith and hope that, you know, we will get our film produced at some point. I've been working really, really hard on the pitch deck. Well, not I, a friend of mine has. You know, I am, when it comes to computers, and I keep saying to myself, I need to learn more about AI, and I'm not a technical person when it comes to that kind of thing, but I do believe it is something that we have to do. Even if to hand some knowledge over to my kids, because that is definitely going to be their future. We got our pitch deck together. We're doing some really, really nice stuff. My friend Leo, he works for a company that actually has a production company, and I think Indigenous Distribution is under their umbrella. So he came on board and just said to me, look, I really want to help you And I was like, dude, at the moment, you know, financially, I don't know if the company can pay. And he was like, he doesn't want anything out of it. He just wants to help me because, you know, we've been friends for a very long time. And I really, really appreciate that. I think the more we stand together, the more we do help each other. I mean, at some point, somewhere along the line, you know, I'll make it up to him somehow. You have to. There is no choice. But, you know, I did a survey about, you know, whether or not Shutterbox would get funding, and we got like a 96% hit rate, and like we got 5% maybes, and we got a 5% no. So to the person that said no, to you, it's a good script. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I started reading it again. I mean, it's about the 6th or 7th time that I've read the script in the last month. I just keep reading it. And there's just little tweaks that we need to make. I've finally finished the above the line and below the line budget. So, and I've really tweaked that. It's actually come down. So we're looking at about 11 million rand, 11.6 million rand to shoot the film, which is you know, it's a tight budget, but with the right team and shooting it very much guerrilla style, and putting the money into the film and not putting the money into the luxuries. You know what I mean? Oh no, we get trailers, and you know, no, I don't care about that stuff. We will make it as comfortable as we can for the actors and for everybody. Make sure that there's food for them to eat. Make sure that they're comfortable. Lots of coffee. Always coffee. And yeah, it's the time for the independent films. And what have I learned? Why am I doing this? I found out why I'm doing this. I'm trying to build an audience. I'm trying to get people to buy into my brand as Brandon and brand on. I know that I have quite a nice fan base worldwide with the films that I've done, but I need to engage, get in touch with people, have a relationship so that I can then introduce Making a Killing, which is our war film, and Shutterboxer, which is our faith-based film, and really try and engage people and get your opinion about things. And you know, slowly but surely, we will release little bits and pieces about the films that we're doing. It's ongoing. I've got 25 fishing rods in the water, and I'm hoping somewhere along the line somebody's going to bite, somebody's going to take it. You know, if we can get a South African investor to come on board, even better. You know what I mean? So, but just on to end this morning session, my 3 most influential films of all time. Best film ever made, Return of the Jedi, without a doubt. It's the film that made me want to become an actor. Second best film ever made, Platoon. I've watched that movie a million times. Third best film ever made, Rambo, First Blood. Sylvester Stallone is like, to me, is one of my favorite actors of all time. Now you know why? It's for Mark Hamill, because I want to be a Jedi. And in Rebel Moon, I did a movie called Rebel Moon. It's close to a Star Wars series as what I'll ever get. I'm sure Zach hates me saying that, but that's what it felt like to me. But be safe, be blessed. I hope everybody's cool, and I will see you next week.